Hello, hello. Come on in and say hello. Let's see if anybody finds us. Good afternoon. How are you doing that? There we go. Good to see everyone. Come on in and say hello if you're here. Hey, Deb. I'm here. Good to see you. We'll see if anybody else finds us. Oh my gosh, I just came in from outside. Holy crow, it's hot out there. Hey, Millie, how are you, sweetie? Good to see you. So glad you guys are inside where it's cool. All right, looks like people are starting to find us. Let me empty my little bin out here. All right. I just got a note last night from our other friend Debbie, who's out in Palm Springs. It was 107 there yesterday, so I guess we don't have that much to complain about, right? Craziness. There we go. All right, come on in and say hello if you're here. We're gonna get started with our mystery card. I will be honest, I seriously forgot what day it was. I love holiday weeks with a Monday holiday. First of all, when I used to teach kindergarten, it always seemed like a much longer week if we had a Monday holiday. So I don't know about you. Hey, Nita, how are you? Good to see ya. But anyway, so I honestly forgot that it was today. So thanks, Debbie Colby, for messaging me while I was picking up Zach today. And I actually had this project that I wanted to do tomorrow, so I came home and got it ready for today. So we'll do something else tomorrow night. Oh, Millie, I hope your retina's getting better. That's a difficult surgery. My dad's had it 3 times, and it's definitely difficult. Well, please be careful and get better soon, because I know how much you want to get in there and start stamping. All right. If you are with us today and you would like to share, that would be fabulous. Today I'm going to be giving away a really sweet treat for those somebody who shares. I have actually one of these for anyone who shares in the drawing, and then if you post a photo of your card, you'll be in a drawing too to get a packet of these sweet little bees. These guys were hard to get a hold of a little while ago, but I managed to get some new ones. So, okie dokie. So we're going to get started, and we're going to do a fun fold. Now, I know in the clues I told you all of the pieces that you need. I'm going to show you what I have for mine. I'm going to be using the hand pen petals stamp set. I didn't end up using the dies. I pulled them out just so you could see all of the things that are in there that you can cut out. One thing I've used out of this set the most is this edge right here. I love the little stitched scalloped edge. I think it's stinking cute, and it's a great little add-on to a card that really just kind of makes it pop. So if you haven't checked those out, those are the Penned Flowers dies. All right, now the DSP, the Designer Series paper that we're using today, is one of the ones that's on sale right now. It is one of 5, and this is the pattern that we're going to be using. I love the watercolor wash of this paper. It's just so soft and subtle and just beautiful. And the really neat thing about this is that you don't have to, when you're stamping the images and color, stamping the inside, so you're doing the filler images for the inside of the flowers, you don't have to be so precise because it's more of a watercolor image. So this is the one we're using today with that really pretty blushing bride color there on the back. So I'm going to use that. My card base color is going to be Highland Heather. And I told you it is 4 1/4 by 11, and you'll need to score it at 4 1/2 and 5 1/2, okay? So that'll be that. What else? Oh, the one piece, I stuck it in my bin because I thought, uh-oh, I forgot to tell you to cut that one. Oh, no, I don't see it. You'll need a small piece, a 3/4 inch piece of designer series paper that coordinates, that is 3/4 inches by 4, and that's going to be for a little spine on our card. Oh, there it is, stuck to the bottom of my box. So a little 3/4 inch by 4. Okay. Hey, Carol Snow, good to see you, sweetie. Thanks for popping in. All right, now you'll need some basic white or very vanilla, whatever coordinates with your designer paper. Mine are 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and you'll need 2 of these. Okay, so we have those. And then I said for the front that you would need a die for your focal image on the front. Now, I chose to use the layering squares dies. These, I don't take these out enough because these are so awesome and they layer up so nicely. So I chose the little scalloped one and then the coordinating straight edge one that will go behind it. So I have this one in basic white and this one's in blushing bride. So all coordinates. You know how we love our Stampin' Up! Colors. Let's see, did I forget anything? I don't think so. All right, so we're gonna get going. I have got to score my card base. I wanted to do that when I got down here. So I'm gonna bring in my trimmer and I'm going to score this up at 5 1/2. Get that cutting blade out of the way. 5 1/2 and 4 1/2. We just want that little 1 inch section here, okay? So you're gonna make sure you do that. Now, for clue number 2, which is where we're gonna start, clue number 1 was getting all your parts and pieces together. Clue number 2 is going to be, we are going to adhere this panel, this 1 inch panel, or this, 1 inch panel down, and the front will get folded back. And this really is a cool little surprise inside. You'll see what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna use my bone folder and burnish that so I get a nice crisp edge there. Do my center fold. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to adhere this panel down to the inside of my card. So I'm gonna use some liquid adhesive on mine. You can use Stampin' Seal Plus, you could use tear and tape, whatever works for you, but you really want to use something that's kind of more of a heavy duty than just your regular Stampin' Seal or your snail, whatever you use. Okay, so I'm just gonna press that down like that. All right. So we're gonna work on the front of the card first. So now that we have that glued down, the next part is going to be adhering our designer series paper onto our card base. So that little piece, the 3 1/4 by 4, is going to go over here on that spine edge. And this is just the back side of one of those florals from that perfectly penned or hand penned. Which one is it? Perfectly penned, I think. They always get the names just close enough so I can mess it up. Perfectly penned, hand penned. So I'm going to adhere mine to that little spine over here. And I'm gonna do my little scallops going like little rainbows here. So I will glue that down on that little spine, like so. Now I tell you this, this paper is definitely one I have I have ordered because of the sale. I've gone through a lot of this paper and I was so happy that it was included in the sale. There's a couple of the, like the peaches, that's one I've gone through a ton. That's on the sale. The adventure, oh, what's it called? The one with the leopards. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Okay, now in my clue 1, I told you guys about your designer paper, the 3 pieces that you'll need. This piece measures 4 1/4 by 4, and I told you that if your paper is directional, meaning it's got a definite up and down pattern on it, you want to make sure the long 4 1/4 inch edge goes across the top, and your 4-inch edge is the up and down. Okay, so 4 1/4 by 4, and this is going to be just adhered flat down to the front, like so. I used to not be a fan of liquid glue, but lately, I don't know, I'm just really getting into it. Really love it. It's kind of, I like it because it gives me a little time to get it straight and a little bit of wiggle room. There we go. Oh, my card base is a little wonky. I wasn't paying attention. All right, so hopefully you are with me. This is clue number 2. Okie doke. Give me a thumbs up if you're right in there and ready with me. I don't want to rush you too much. All right, so your other 2 pieces of designer series paper that are the same size, they're going to be that 4 1/4 by 4. These are going to be for the inside of our card, okay? Now, you can opt not to do these. You'll see what I mean when I get down to the inside decoration, but you can choose not to do this, or you can do the opposite pattern on the inside. But I'm going to open my card, and I'm going to adhere 2 pieces, one over here and one over here, to the inside of my card. And this is just really going to give it a finished look when we do that little surprise on the inside. So take your 2 pieces, go ahead and adhere them into the inside like this. This is clue number 3. Hi, Marcy, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Kind of strange coming to you in the afternoon here because I haven't done it in quite some time, but I really like it. I can just keep track of what day it is. The holiday threw me off. All right, so I'm going to do one over here on the left panel on the inside, like so. And then I'll do the other one over here on the right-hand side. And again, remember, these are directional, so pay attention to which way. If yours are directional, make sure you pay attention to which way is up and down. Don't want to have it a little wonky in there. Or maybe you do, I don't know. There we go. All right, I'm gonna put this one over here on the inside. Like so. Now, this will get covered up a little bit, but that's okay. You'll see we need that pop of color here in the back. You'll see what I mean when we get there. But that pop of color here with the designer paper really makes it all come together. So that's why I went ahead and put those in there. All right, so that's clue number 3. For clue number 4, we're gonna do some stamping. So go ahead and set your card base aside, and you'll wanna get out those 3 pieces of basic white. You're gonna want your, whatever the one is for the front. I'm using the scallop square. Hi, Linda. I know it's an afternoon session. Can you stand it? All right, so whatever you have for the front, then these 2 pieces, these are 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and we have 2 of these. Pay attention when you're doing them because you want to have them more in that diamond shape when you're stamping, okay? I'll show you what I mean. So on the inside of mine, my greeting is gonna go on the right-hand side of this one over here. So I'm going to bring in that thanks, love that font so much. I'm going to use the the stamp thanks. I'm going to use Memento Black. Get this guy out of the way. And I'm just going to put mine over here on my grid paper. Just kind of line it up to give myself a little bit of a guideline there. There we go. Oh, I'm glad, Linda. Yay. Now, for anybody who shares, I said this at the beginning, if you share just the live in and of itself, you can be entered into a drawing to get some of those bumblebee trinkets. And if you also, if you go in and you share your card in the comments, you will also get entered into a drawing for some of those guys. All right, so there's my little thanks. So I'm going to set that aside, and there I have my diamond shape. Okay, so remember, that's how we want to have it stamped. Now for my other panel on the inside left, I needed to do something with a little bit of design to kind of pull it all together. So I chose one of the florals from the hand pen set, hand pen petals. And I'm going to use this one over here. And again, I'm going to do that diamond shape, and I'm going to stamp it in my Memento Black. Like that. And I will just put this down here, right about there. Oh, thanks, Linda, for sharing. I appreciate it. There we go. Oh my gosh, so cute. All right, so that is, I'm going to go back and stamp that on the inside. For the front one, whatever your label is for the front, you're going to want to make sure you have it. See, mine are all square, but this one for my front, I'm just going to have it straight on as a square. I'm not going to do anything out of the ordinary with it. So I'm going to take the other floral stamp from this set, which is a beautiful bouquet. And I'm going to do this over here. Let's see, let's twist it a little bit right about there. Stamp that in Memento Black. And the nice part about this is you don't have to go back and color it with your blends or your pencils or anything like that. You could if you'd like to, but you don't have to. This makes it so much easier. I think that's one of the things that makes this set so appealing to me, because I don't have to go back and color and everything. It's a, you know, quick, get her done, down and dirty way to do it. All right, now we're gonna use some colors that coordinate with your cardstock. I chose Highland Heather. I'm gonna use some Blushing Bride and some Soft Sea Foam. So these three colors are all in my designer series paper. Okie doke. And we also have some of that Misty Moonlight in there, which is gorgeous. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the filler stamps for this set. So I have this larger image that's gonna fill in right here. And for the designer paper on this one, oh, you know what, I wanna do my Blushing Bride first. I'll show you why. So I'm gonna do the Blushing Bride and the Highland Heather, and I'm gonna stamp them off. So I'm gonna ink them up. And if you look, when I stamp my Blushing Bride, it's pretty dark. And it still goes there, but doing it stamped off is much better for this particular design. So I'm gonna stamp that off, then I'm gonna come in, and this is not an exact filler for that outline, okay? So stamp that one there. Hey, Dudley, hi, thanks for joining. I sent you a package in the mail. I hope you get it. All right, so there's that little guy. So let's do this little one. So this little bloom will fill in some of these other ones. So I'm going to do, let's do some Blushing Bride over here. Now, this is the reason I waited to do that large blossom, because this is going to come into that larger blossom some, and I don't want it to kind of be so obvious there on the front, because it is more of a you know, little blotch of color there. So I don't want to have it so it's really coming on there strong. All right, so then I will, let's see, I will do my, let's do a couple of these guys in Highland Heather. So again, we'll stamp it off because it is a stronger color. So we'll do this one here. And oops, the neat thing is you can always go back in and re-ink it and add more if you want. You don't have to, just leave it washed out if you'd like to have it darker. Totally cool. All right, now for these little blooms, I'm gonna go in and add a little bit of this Highland Heather over here. And these are obviously larger, but that's okay. We want that wash. It is, Margaret. You see my tinks? My assistant Debbie got me tink stickers so I could know which blocks were mine. I need to get some more because I've actually bought new blocks, so. All right, so now I'm gonna come back into this large blossom here. So I'm gonna bring that guy in here and I'm going to stamp this one in Highland Heather. Yeah. Now I'm gonna do this one full strength, I think, yeah. So I'll do this over here. I'm gonna bring it down and just stamp it right there. Give it a little wash, like that. See the dimension you get there with both the dark and the lights? It is one of our distinctive stamps, which means we have more of the, it gives it more of a three-dimensional look, the way the stamps are designed. It's patented by Stampin' Up. All right, let's see. So I'm just gonna set this aside while I do my leaves on this one, and then we'll come back. So for leaves, where are my little guys? Here we go. There's two sizes of leaves. There's a larger one and a smaller one. On this one, I think I can really get away with using this smaller one, but let's check it out and see. This soft seafoam is really, really pretty. I mean, I know on the ink pad on the outside, it doesn't look very dark, but it really does have a nice little pop of color in there. So don't be afraid to use that one. Now you guys know, if you've followed me for a while, you know most of the time my colors are bright and warm, and that's just what I gravitate towards. So this is, you know, a little out of the ordinary for me, but you'll notice that the reason is because of this paper. I love, love, love this paper, and it sold me immediately. All right, so there's the front piece. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp my panel for the inside. And again, this is the diamond shape. This is one of the two that you have for your inside. All right, so I'm going to do this large blossom first, and I'm going to do that one in Blushing Bride. Okay. There we go. I'm going to stamp it off, and then just stamp it right there. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, love it. All right, so we want that medium-sized blossom there, and that one's going to be done in Highland Heather. I gotta get rid of a couple ink pads before I stick my hand in it, because you know I will. Here we go. Here's this little guy. All right, so we're going to do this one in Highland Heather. We'll stamp it off. It will go right in like so. Oh my gosh, so cute. All right. So let's see. Let's go in and add our leaves. Soft seafoam. And this time we're going to use the large and the small leaves. Where did I put it? Oh, here. Bring this one in. Let's see. Like that. And if you want to fill it in more, you totally can go back and stamp a little more ink in there. Totally cool. There's that guy. One more. this little one right here. All right, now this little stem here on mine, I'm gonna go in and fill in with a blender pen and some of the ink from my ink pad. Now you can bring in your re-inkers and put some in there in the well on the top of your ink pad. You don't want to put your blending pen or blender pen in onto the ink pad itself, because this has glycerin in it and it will ruin your ink pad. So be sure to be very careful about that. Make sure you put it in the well over here to color with. So I'm just going to bring this in and add a little color in there. And it is easy because it is just watercolor. So you just give it a little color in there. Isn't that fun? All right. You guys doing okay? Okay. So for our next clue, we're going to finish that or do the front design on our card. So for mine, I used that scallop square and the blushing bride. So on mine, I'm gonna pop mine up with dimensionals, and then I'm gonna glue the blushing bride piece on flat. So I'm gonna pop up my little design here. This is a nice little thank you card, it really is. This is one of those cards that you make, and after you do it, you're like, uh-huh. And you could make them pretty quickly and have just a wow factor when you send your cards. All right, so mine is popped up on that square, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down flat. So whatever your label is for the front, you can stamp it and then glue it on. You can put it on with dimensionals. You can add a layer behind it, whatever works for you. So mine's gonna go right here. Like that. Okie doke. We good? Scoot this over so I don't stick my arm in it. All right. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you. All right, I'm gonna put my card aside and we're gonna work on the inside. This is our next clue. So the next clue includes that 6x6 piece of designer series paper. Now mine again is directional, so I had to make sure, well actually this part's gonna be glued down on this one. So this one, doesn't matter which way is up or down, it really doesn't make a difference. But this is gonna be what I see on the inside of my card. So I'm gonna take my 6x6. I've already scored mine, but I'm gonna go through it with you and show you what I did. I'm gonna take it in my trimmer and go to 3 inches. So we're gonna score this piece in half in both directions, okay? Once this way, we'll turn it once, 3 inches, and we're gonna score it again. All right, then I am going to turn it so that it looks like that diamond again. I'm gonna put it back in my trimmer, do this so you can see, so that the point at the top and the bottom are right in that track, okay? Because we're gonna score it down the center diagonally. That right there, and give it a score. Okay, so we have middle, middle, and then 1 diagonal. Don't do the diagonal on the other. Just the middles and then 1 diagonal. All right, you guys are being quiet. I hope that means you're okay. All right, once you have your paper scored, we're gonna go ahead and burnish on all the score lines. So fold on all 3 score lines. We'll do this one. We'll do the other one in the center. Like that. And then that diagonal one, I'm going to fold just like that and burnish that one. Now you want to be careful with your designer series paper. Don't press too hard because it is a little more sensitive than your regular cardstock. All right, so there we have all of our intersecting lines right there from the center. So I want to turn this so that the 2 solid squares are on the one on the right, one on the left. So my 2 little triangle pieces here at the top and bottom are the ones that will get folded in on that score line. Okay, so this will be a little mountain fold. See that? So that's the mountain fold. Here's the valley. So mountain and valley. I'm going to turn it and I'm going to do the same thing over here on the other side. All right, so we have these 2 plain squares right and left, and these 2 with 2 triangles, top and bottom. Alrighty. Now, this is important. We're going to go ahead and we're going to glue on our panels for the inside of our card. So mine will go right like this. This is why we did it in that diamond fashion. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue mine in. Like so. Isn't that just the prettiest font? I just love that. There we go. And then we'll do our left side over here. And once you have the measurements for this, it really makes sense. So, not a hard card to do, I promise. All right, so there are our 2 panels like that. Okay, so these will come in to the center, okay? Just like that. All right, now, these are gonna come in and we'll fold it flat. So if you wanna give it a nice little press once you have it, you don't have to go back with your bone folder because we don't need it to be that tight, but you wanna make sure that you have your lines folded correctly before we put them in the inside. So we'll bring back in our card base. And this is the one of the important parts. So I'm going to open this up. See how we have that beautiful background there. It's going to be just gorgeous because you're going to be seeing that blushing bride, right? So we're not going to be seeing that pattern on pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold this up so it's a square, like that. And I'm going to turn it on the diagonal. When you go to glue this is important. When you go to glue this in, so this is my top up here, okay? I'm gonna fold that in. The only place I want to put adhesive is on these 2 sides. So the 2 that are on the right edge on this side will get glue here and glue here. We're not gonna glue that inside part with the point there, just these 2 right here. So I'm gonna then take it and I'm gonna put it down into the card and center it just like that. Okay, and I'm gonna give it a little press. And see what I mean, that the directional doesn't matter on this one because we're gluing it down. No worries. All right. Now, for the other side, just gonna close it and we're gonna glue on those outer edges on this one too. So bring that over. that, so just this side. Okay, and then I'm just going to bring my card front down and close it and press. I'm gonna hold it for a few seconds to let it start to set up. Start to adhere. That's why I said stronger adhesive is a must on this one, because this is an interactive card. It's going to be open and closed and open and closed. You know how it goes with people when they want to try the little mechanism. So, all right. So when you open it, it opens just like that. And see how we didn't glue that inside down? That's why we wanted it to be free. So it just comes open like that. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness. All right, 2 more things. So I'm going to add some baker's twine to mine. Whatever your ribbon is, you can add whatever ribbon you'd like, but I'm gonna add my baker's twine, and I'm gonna do it down this crease right here where that score line is. And I'm gonna take my baker's twine, I'm gonna go around it twice, like so. Bring it back to the top. And then I'm going to bring this down a little bit. I'm going to do my bow a little towards the top third of the card. Go under. Like that. I like to, when I'm doing the double strip like this, I like to go under both of them. And then I'm going to tie a knot first. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, like that. And then I'll go on and tie the bow. You know, you guys know me. I do mine upside down. Just works better for me with like that. There we go. Pull that down. All right, and then, of course, we're gonna need an embellishment on my little flower here. So I'm gonna use a bumblebee. One of those that I'm giving away. So don't forget, if you share, you'll get entered for the bumblebees, and if you post your mystery card, you will get entered. Okay, so I'm going to use my paper piercer here and grab a little glue dot. Glue my little bumblebee on right over here. Oh, how cute. Isn't he cute? All right, so there is my card. Now I will show you the difference between this one and my original. So this is the, do as I say, with the 2 pieces on the inside. This is what it looks like when you don't. See the difference? I just have a plain cardstock over here. I like this much better. This to me just looks like an English garden. I just think it's so, so pretty with that background on there. And without it, it's okay, but I think it would be better if it had that designer paper there. So I could still go back and add a couple of triangles of paper there if it really bugs me, but I don't think anybody that I sent it to would complain. But, oh, and I forgot to put my bee on here. Put a little bee. So that is your fun fold mystery card. And I did my flowers a little different on this one too. All right, so remember, this is one of the papers that's on sale, 15% off. Great, great deal. If you're a demonstrator, don't forget you can stock up now. You'll get your discount on top of the 15%. So if you get 25%, you'll get the extra 15% off. So really, really great deal. Okie doke. So that is the mystery card for today. I will be back with you tomorrow night for Thursday Night Live. I hope that you will join me here. We're going to do something fun. I don't know what it is yet because I was going to do this, but it'll be fun. So I'll be back here live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Again, please feel free to share. I love it when you do. Get the word out there so we can get some more friends to stamp with us. All right, if you'd like to order, go to suitablystamp.stampinup.net. As always, that link is at the top of the page for you with the link to click on and to order, and the host code is in there also. Okay? All right, I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. Please stay cool, stay hydrated, and I will see you again tomorrow. All right? Until then, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. See you guys.